Another exciting match day here at the Film Life Sevens Football League, and we're up for a treat between Super Eagles and Football Fanatics. My name is Ivan Gayares together with Claro Manzano, and we're here to showcase to you this top and bottom match between those two teams.
Well, you see right now with the Super Eagles, Ibero Ugochukwu is going to be very important for them. They have an unbeaten run, and let's see how he's going to help them out right now.
Now let's look at the team standings for both squads. We see that Super Eagles are in solo #1 spot in the standings, while the Football Fanatics, they are in the #9 place.
Yes, you see the Super Eagles, they have 6 wins in as many games. Football Fanatics, on the other hand, they find themselves just outside the playoffs. They sit in 9th, so they are still pretty much in contention. We have much to play for here in this game right now.
Well, Football Fanatics have a good lineup there. They're mostly coaches, but they have the guys like Abel Ogoku who can really do some damage up the flanks.
Definitely, indeed. And then you have Ibero Ugochukwu for the Super Eagles. He's the lead guy for them up front. He will be very important for them if they want to carry on their run.
And don't go away. Up next, the kickoff between Football Fanatics and the Super Eagles. Right up next here on 5+. Another exciting night of football here at the McKinley Hill Stadium as we encounter another tough match here in the Film Life Sevens Football League here in Taguig City. My name is Ivan Gayares together with Claro Manzano, and we're here to feature to you Football Fanatics versus Super Eagles in this tough encounter. Let's talk about the game at hand, Claro.
Well, you see the Eagles right now, they have 6 wins in as many games. That's good for 18 points, so they're gonna look to carry on their streak right now. Let's see if they'll be able to nail another victory over the Football Fanatics.
Well, Football Fanatics are currently in the 9th spot, and they're trying to get inside the Magic 8. As we've mentioned in previous games, there are 12 teams in this tournament, and only 8 will qualify to the knockout rounds. And here comes Super Eagles with a shot here from number 99, Giboko. It's Okoli Ozuchukwu. Big striker there in front for the Super Eagles. Well, as you mentioned, there is a national team also called the Super Eagles, Claro.
Definitely. So the Super Eagles, that's actually the moniker of Nigeria's national team. So it's pretty much like ASCAL's and Philippines national team. So that's pretty much how it works for Nigeria.
So it's pretty much safe to assume that all of these players from the Super Eagles are Nigerians, and they are here to really showcase the quality of football that they have. Plenty of Nigerians who live and work in the metropolis, and many of them play football all the time. So this is one of their venues to join together and be like a sort of a national team in this game, and still a very controlled Super Eagles team, considering that they are the defending champions.
Certainly, you see there that they're being patient. They have the experience, so they're not just gonna wander and attack recklessly right now. And so far, let's see how they're gonna figure things out.
Okoli Ozuchukwu, the solitary threat up top for the Super Eagles. These Eagles are the defending champions of the Sevens Football League. They won the title last year, and it was the first televised final championship also here at the McKinley Stadium in 2018. And as you can see now, they're trying to just keep the ball, just be patient in the middle. What can you say about their approach, Carl?
What happens here right now is the Super Eagles are holding on to the ball, knocking it around, and doing this could actually get the Football Fanatics chasing them around, and who knows if they're gonna let go of the gas pedal or run out of stamina here.
And also the threat for Football Fanatics is number 99, Abel Giboko, who's currently sort of in a central role right now. These fun passing game at the moment. Still very tight in the middle of the pitch, considering this almost all-African game in the middle. Here comes Fanatics. Here comes number 88. Ball inside, saved by the keeper. That's Abu Ibrahim, former UFL player. He has played for Forza FC previously. Now he continues his career with dito sa Super Eagles, and a strike from distance blocked. Elias Ugwu. And Clara, let's talk about the foul situation in as we saw earlier. Foul on Football Fanatics. So Clara, talk to us about how fouls are dealt with here in the Sevens Football League.
So what's going to happen here is that when you pick up your 6th foul onwards, the opposing team will be awarded a penalty kick, and it's not just the usual penalty kick. So what's going to happen here is that we'll have a face-off where keeper and the attacker will actually get to move off their line.
And here's a free kick from the Super Eagles. Not the penalty that we were talking about, but a free kick nonetheless from a dangerous area. These teams have two very imposing keepers on their end. A strike with power in the middle. Almost a chance there for number 99, Okoli Ozuchukwu. With that, he just tried to scoop it in front of goal, but the keeper was way ahead of him.
Keeper being very calm and composed in that situation.
And you know, that's why we I think the other reason for having a foul limit. Ooh, what a strike from distance from Football Fanatics. I think that was number 24. It's Doso Isuf. And yeah, the main objective of limiting the fouls to just 5 is to really increase the play in this game. So can you expound on that, Claro?
So what's going to happen here, given the foul limit, players are going to be more careful, and that will lead to less fouls. And if you have less fouls, you have more free-flowing action, and that can lead to more goals.
And then more goals is what we want here, especially after, you know, what we really want is for the Filipino community to embrace a fast-paced style of football that we're having here. And here comes Super Eagles. Talking about fast pace, they just came out running in that aspect. And as you can see, Football Fanatics are on all black and with an orange trim. Then the Super Eagles are in all white with a green trim in their jerseys. Oh, good movement there from the left back, number 25, Sylvester Emmanuel. And at this point, you know, Football Fanatics just parking the ball in their half, parting the defense in their half.
So what's happening here right now, Super Eagles are using the opportunity to knock the ball around, break down the defense of the Football Fanatics, but Football Fanatics are holding on right now.
And they're trying their best. It's still 0-0. And what a strike from distance here from number 11, Tony Oko. Yeah, Super Eagles, clearly the dominant team. They are currently the #1 squad in our league table. And a foul there, but none given. Play on, says the referee. Football Fanatics going at it. Now, if you guys are not aware, Football Fanatics is actually a group that, the group of coaches that it's a organization that teaches kids how to play football at the youth level. So most of these guys are coaches at day, and you know, at this point, almost a chance there. Abel Gaboko with that header, but it was off target.
Going back what you said earlier, Ivan, Football Fanatics players are actually coaches, so it's really great that they're supporting the grassroots development.
And especially playing against this tough Super Eagle squad, who, as you can see, they're very organized, and a good communication between these players, and it really shows why they are on the #1 spot in the table. As you can see, play to restart from the left. So Claro, no, what do you think? What do you see is what is the main difference between? What a shot from distance from number 24, Doso Isuf. But yeah, just going back, what are the highlights of the rule changes? Not really rule changes, but what are the rules imposed here in the Sevens Football League that is different from the regular football rules?
I think the biggest difference you can see between the 11-a-side and the sevens is that there's no offside rule here in the sevens, so that gives forwards an opportunity to cherry pick, meaning that they're not gonna really have to play the offside trap or anything else.
And the long ball there from Fanatics, and just almost 10 minutes into play, as still scoreless here in our match. Football Fanatics in black and orange, while the Super Eagles they're on white and green. As you can hear from the music playing, it's cool music from the continent.
Football Fanatics found themselves defending deep earlier. Now they find themselves on the opposite end.
Now, there was a change in possession now, as a foul throw was given by the referee, and restart is done by the Super Eagles. Here comes the target man. They switch to the other side. Nobody there. Collected well by the keeper. And here comes Fanatics trying to spread the ball well and trying to stifle whatever attacks coming from Super Eagles.
Well, you see the Super Eagles right now, that when they don't hold the ball, they're not keen on just sitting back and soaking up the pressure, trying to keep their defense up high. Hopefully they can get the ball deep in their attacking end and see if they could possibly get an easy goal as a result.
And they are not keen to make a press here, this Super Eagle squad, as they're just patiently trying to do their football. Here comes Fanatics from the wing. There's number 99, Giboko.
Saw some physical action right there between the two.
And yeah, Giboko was one of the scorers in their last match. Scored a late goal late prior, but it was all for naught, as it was a 2-1 loss against Down Squad. It's a bad clearance here. Ball in front. And good coverage there to save the day for Super Eagles. Good movement there. Floater. But no one was there to collect the ball. Here comes the Fanatics again. And, you know, Sevens football is really more exciting with a faster pace than regular football, because you have, you know, a smaller pitch, faster action, and one mistake can lead to a goal on the other end. So it's something that people would. I've been playing Sevens football since I was young, so I would understand how good it is. But for our viewers, how can it be a good transition sport from their other sports into football?
Well, I think what happens here is that given the fast pace of the game and it's more back and forth. And
an opening strike here from Football Fanatics. Abel Giboko on a rebound. Surprise lead here for the black and orange.
You see the Football Fanatics were soaking up Super Eagles offense earlier with their stingy defense, and they held on, and as a result they hold on to a 1-0 lead. May have been against the run of play, but a goal is still a goal right now.
And yes, against the run of play it is, as Football Fanatics the surprise lead here early in the game. The number 9 team playing against the number 1. This should be an exciting match. It just opened everything so far.
Well, just remember also, Ivan, Super Eagles right now, they are currently undefeated in 6 games. So will this Will this be their first loss of the season here?
As we talk about the rules here in the Sevens Football League, only one winner. Oh, what a shot from distance from the Super Eagles. Going back, there can be only one winner. There are no draws in this game in the Sevens Football League. Even though if the game ends at 1-1, you will still have a extra time and a shootout. Can you clarify on this further, Claro?
So what happens here is that a shootout isn't just a typical one that we're accustomed to here in football. So what's going to happen here? Is that players and forwards will have a face-off. Keepers and forwards rather. So goalkeepers have an opportunity here to go 1v1 and move off their line.
But before all of that happens, there will be a 5-minute golden goal extra time for both teams to settle the score, and from then they will move on to a one-man penalty shootout, which has a different type of format than what is known for as usual in the 11s play. And there's another foul here in the play. I think it was against the Super Eagles. So during dead ball situations, what can you say about substitutions, Claro, in this tournament?
So normally people are accustomed to the 11-a-side substitutions where they're limited. So once you come out off the pitch, you're not allowed to come back in. But that's not the case here in 7. So what they call it also is flying subs. So you can just come in and you just come out. So that pretty much opens up opportunities for coaches to make all of these tactical decisions.
And yes, as you could see earlier on your screens, the Super Eagles just changed like 2 players just off the bat. And that's what the beauty of this tournament format is that anyone can still come back into play, because in regular football, once you go out, you can't come back. But here it's a 7-a-side full-on action, and you could see how how the teams maintain their pace. And then here's a chance for the Super Eagles to equalize, and what a goal for number 9, Ebere Uzochukwu, with an equalizer.
You see Ebere right there. He was able to split 2 defenders and come up with a calm finish.
And yeah, as you can see, the flying substitutions that we were talking about earlier, how did that influence this goal and this equalizer?
So you saw the Super Eagles got to change it up. So when you come in with a sub, that gives in an opportunity to carry fresh legs and pile up the pressure on your opponents. And that's exactly what the Super Eagles did to the Football Fanatics. And we're now tied at 1-1.
And Uzochukwu actually probably replaced, maybe this is his brother up top, and he's the regular number 9 for Super Eagles. He's really the target man, and yeah, I've probably seen him a couple of times, and he has that attacking flair, and he's a tough customer in front, and I think this will be, this opens up everything in this match for Super Eagles.
Certainly, now that they pull back 1 goal, you see the Super Eagles pushing, trying to keep momentum on their side, hoping they could take a slim lead here.
Super Eagles calmly taking stride, but number 25 with that shot from distance. Sylvester doing well from that space.
You see the Super Eagles being consistent, pressing there. They forced the Football Fanatics to give up that long ball.
Now Giboko in front. I think Randy Salisa has come in on the left flank for Football Fanatics. Former player as well from the UFL 2nd Division. Native of Masbate. Now, what can you see from the recent changes from the Super Eagles, Claro? Do you think there's an improvement from their end after those substitutions?
Well, after those substitutions, you see they got the goal. Momentum is on their side. Let's see if they'll be able to maintain it.
And just when we talk about their improvement, that's when they lost the ball in that possession there. And Giboko, the thorn in the Super Eagles squad. A speedy guy in front for the guys in black and orange.
But in terms of momentum, you can still say pretty much that the Super Eagles are in the driver's seat. But the scoreboard says it all, and we're still tied here at 1-0. It's still anyone's game.
And we could see that they're trying to really be on point here. Itong Super Eagles, they're not rushing really because they know that they have the quality to overcome Football Fanatics, but they're just trying to be patient here on the game. As we mentioned previously, that this is Film Life Sevens Football League is made up of 12 teams. And can you run us through the playoff format of these games, Claro?
Okay, so out of the 12 teams there, what will happen is that the top 8 teams are gonna advance to the playoffs. So you're gonna have the quarters, and then after we'll move on to the semis and to the finals to determine the overall champion of the Sevens Football League. And just to mention before that also, teams will get to play each other once. So right before the playoffs, teams will get to play a total of 11 games. So guaranteed yun, Ivan.
And a call for ball going out of the touchline there for Football Fanatics. Almost a good chance from the wings, but well, not enough. As we said, only the top 8 teams, 8 of 12 teams make it to the playoffs, where teams will go on a knockout spree all the way up to the finals to determine who will be the champion for this edition of the Film Life Sevens Football League. And Super Eagles really trying to put an influence in this match, Claro?
Well, certainly they found themselves in a 1-0 hole, and we're tied 1-1 right now. So Super Eagles clearly not letting go of the gas pedal. Let's see if their efforts will be repaid right now with another goal. Lalo na kasi heading into halftime tayo.
Can you talk about the shape of just the formation of this Super Eagles squad? They're quite evenly spaced and quite confident on their passing abilities. What can you say about that?
I think that's what really spells the difference between top teams. So what happens here is that they not only trust each other, but they also trust in their system. In a moment where they face adversity, they continue to stick to their style of play. And that's what they did when they were down 0-1 earlier in the game.
And Coach Danny Cross implementing that system in this Super Eagles squad. They are the defending champions of this Sevens tournament, and they are out to really showcase what they can do in this tournament.
Super Eagles had a number of spells with the ball right now. Let's see how Football Fanatics will respond.
And another flying substitution here for Football Fanatics. Number 20, Gerald Mendoza coming in to the action. Like I mentioned, these guys are coaches by day and players by night. So it's really fun to see how they adapt, especially with this Super Eagles squad, who are they're very dominant. They're usually part of the weekend leagues here, and still hanging on this Football Fanatics squad.
Football Fanatics hanging on right now, and forced to soak things up with their defense. Super Eagles are really a quality team that we have right now. Let's see how they'll be able to break down Football Fanatics' defense. Or on the other hand, let's see, will Football Fanatics be able to hold their ground?
Now, as you can see, a foul was called against Football Fanatics. That's their 3rd foul in this match. Remember that anytime a foul, anytime that there is more than 5 fouls for one team, a penalty will be conceded by that team. And Football Fanatics should be careful right now.
They should be careful indeed. Should they reach or go over the limit, that's going to be a goal-scoring opportunity for the Super Eagles. That's not something they want to give up, especially that we are close to halftime right now.
And just a few more minutes, maybe seconds left in this half. As you can see that Football Fanatics have really camped out, but on their own possession, they are full attack mode. surprisingly, many players up front for Football Fanatics. It's kind of a bit a dangerous proposition for them.
You saw the quality of the Super Eagles right there. Just breaking down the Football Fanatics combinations on the attacking end. And here they have an opportunity.
Here's a chance. Blocked by Fanatics. Here comes Salisad. And then still a festive sounding game here. A lot of people still here watching the seniors action. And a breakaway here for the Super Eagles. Can he double the lead? A layoff in the middle. And a strike. What? Blocked by Football Fanatics. And a strike there from distance.
You saw some unselfish play from the Super Eagles right there, but you saw the Football Fanatics goalkeeper bail them out there.
Febi Ugunuri with that strike from distance earlier. What a way for Football Fanatics to really show that their tenacity in stopping this #1 team in the Super Eagles, Claro.
You see them hustling, you know. Super Eagles are currently in the driver's seat, but Football Fanatics right now are putting in the work just to make sure that they keep the score at least, perhaps heading into the halftime whistle.
And no foul was given at this point, and that's the half. Football Fanatics won, Super Eagles won. Surprising score, but this is Sevens football. So when we come back, second half of action here in 5+. And welcome back to the second half of action here in the Film Life Sevens Football League between Football Fanatics and the Super Eagles. Interesting first half so far for both teams as they are tied 1-1 in this important match.
You saw the Football Fanatics take an early 1-0 lead against the run of play, courtesy of number 99, Gabonko Abel. And then after that, you saw the Super Eagles take things into their own hands. And they saw Ebere Hugo Chuko, number 9, for the Super Eagles, tying things up.
And basically, it was Super Eagles didn't have, we're not putting everything at the start of the match, but once they allowed that Football Fanatics goal, they pretty much changed up their key players on the pitch, putting in their preferred 7. Ooh, and no call there from the referee. Good tackle from number 19, which is Fofana Johan. And pretty much at this point, it's an open game for both teams.
Certainly, we have a deadlock here right now, so let's see who will come away with the lead, as you see here.
That was a interesting super save from the goalkeeper there. He just picked it with his toe just before it was coming in, and what a play from number 21 there, Dini Quatara.
You saw the Football Fanatics staying compact on defense, denying the Super Eagles a second goal.
Salisad earning that throw in on the flank. Now here's a chance for Fanatics. Ibrahim put that ball on the side. Now someone is down on the pitch. Collision earlier. Number 24. Doso over there. Strike here, but a wasted opportunity mula dito sa Football Fanatics. And as you can see, both teams have a lot of players on their benches, so they are allowed to actually have a free substitution here, Claro.
Certainly, given that free substitution format, coaches are gonna have more have an open hand here and being able to play around with their tactics. So that's more of an open chess game there for the coaches.
And foul there earlier from number 9, goal scorer, Ebere, over the smaller player from Fanatics. Here comes the green and white squad. Cleared well onto the sides. Free-flowing action dito sa Sevens Football League, as you can see. As you know, that they're only limited 5 fouls for each team. Unless if they go past those 5, they will have a penalty conceded. And here comes Fanatics on a run. Salisa with a control and a strike. A good save from Ibrahim on the last minute.
Going back to what you were saying earlier, they have a limit of 5 fouls, so players will have to really be careful here. But a benefit from that here is you have less fouls, so you'll have a free-flowing game, and as a result of that, we should be able to have more goals.
And another foul here on Football Fanatics for number 88, Abdel Utara. And it's pretty much the 4th foul of Football Fanatics. They have to be careful. They only have 1 more foul to give in this game. So anything more than 5 will be automatically awarded a penalty, a face-off penalty, rather, for the opposing squad.
Difficult situation here for Football Fanatics, and we're only 4 minutes or 5 minutes into the second half, in fact.
Dino Otara has been splendid at the goal for Football Fanatics. He has saved his team like a couple of times in the last few minutes.
We've seen more of a back and forth game here right now. As earlier in the first half, you saw the Super Eagles taking things to their own hands, while Football Fanatics had their own moments also. But right now it's been a back and forth affair. Let's see who's gonna gain the upper hand.
So, pace has settled here. Not much, gas to the pedal for Super Eagles. They're still trying to be patient here, as they know that they have an edge in quality. But Football Fanatics really trying to get that goal against the run of play. Becomes a goal scorer. Super strike from distance.
And just to remind everyone, the Super Eagles are actually undefeated in 6 games with a maximum of 18 points. You see Football Fanatics, they currently sit in 9th.
And another set piece here from Super Eagles, collected very well by the keeper. Sevens Football League action here, supported by Film Live. It's been an exciting match day 7 so far. A lot of interesting goals from both teams. Here's a chance from Super Eagles. But number 9, Iberi, he missed that ball. Here comes Salisa. Oh, he missed that control. Golden opportunity there for Fanatics to
Chance gone begging there for the Fanatics to take a 2-1 lead.
And here comes the Super Eagles. Just casually trying to break down this Fanatic squad that who doesn't want to be broken down as well. And there's a foul given. A 3rd one for Super Eagles. Some intense playmaking here in the process, as both teams really physical in the middle of the pitch.
Things are starting to get more intense here right now. 2 goals in total in the first half. Now let's see who's gonna be able to get the advantage.
So claro, obviously the Super Eagles have the slight advantage in this match, considering that they have a more complete team, a more skillful team. But what can Fanatics do to really hold on to this lead and force this game to be extended?
I think what really matters here for the Fanatics is to continue to stay tight on their defense, and they've had a number of opportunities in their attacking end, no? So given the opportunities they have there, I think they have to be able to maximize what they have.
And the poor control there from number 3. Very unlikely for these guys to like miss those small things, but it does happen, especially in this fast-paced action here in a 7-a-side field. Some of these guys you play with here around in Manila, and they're really tough to handle with physically.
Certainly, these guys have been playing the sport for a very long time, perhaps since they were kids, so they have a very good foundation from their respective grassroots programs.
And probably these Nigerians they have a certain style of play as well in football, so it's easier for the coach to impose his style because he probably has the same idea in mind. So it's more about getting them together to play as one. And as you can see, they've won 6 games already. And here comes Fanatics with a ball in front. It's too much from the number 9.
Sayang na naman there for the Football Fanatics. They got another opportunity there, only to have some miscues on the end.
Isuf Doso with that pass was too strong para dito kay number 12. It was unfortunately not listed in on our team sheet, but yeah, life goes on as Fanatics are trying to continue this very respectable performance against the teams against the league's number 1 team.
Certainly, from what we've been seeing from Football Fanatics so far, they've been doing pretty well. It's just a matter of connecting that final pass to set up another teammate for an ideal scoring opportunity.
Play has been smooth so far for both teams. End-to-end action, as you can see. Just missed on that play. Ibrahim collects. The veteran from formerly from Forza, really just showing what he can do here.
And here we go. We go back to Super Eagles' patient style of play, knocking the ball around, looking to unlock the defense of Football Fanatics.
And they're still trying hard to do that. And now Fanatics have some momentum in the counter. Still trying also to, maybe outsmart that Eagles defense, as a foul is called on the Eagles. Both teams are with 4 fouls, so that makes this a very interesting matchup. Yep, we are just almost halfway in the second half, so the foul situation may be crucial, as we could see a possible conceding of a penalty here somewhere in the next 10 minutes.
Definitely, at this rate, we should see some penalties being awarded, or will any of these two teams lift off the gas pedal in that situation? An opposing team may be able to score within play.
And yeah, that was a wasted opportunity there from Fanatics. It just went over and out of the driveway. Both teams trying to earn that go-ahead goal. What a good strike there, but no foul. Obviously, as both players hit the ball at the same time.
Physical game we're having here right now with a number of collisions already so far.
Both players hit the ball at the same time, but one has to give way. So it was this number 9, the goal scorer, Ibere. He his shot was blocked very hard, and I think he's in pain at the moment. And good thing we have flying substitutions in this match, which will allow him to be replaced by whoever available on the bench.
As opposed to an 11-a-side match, sometimes you'll see that a team will run out of substitutions and they'll have a player who fall down injured, and in a situation like that, they'll have to play a man down, and that can prove to be costly in the long run.
And now he limps off the pitch. Number 9, itong si Ebere Osuchukwu. Easily replaced up top. And the ball goes out there for a throw for Fanatics.
The Super Eagles still continuing to pressure them here.
Well, surprisingly now they sense that urgency, there's some form of urgency for this team, as you know, they're 1-1, and they don't want this to end in a shootout, obviously, because they want to maintain that spotless record in this league.
Certainly, you see the football Fanatics right now, they have an opportunity to score an upset.
And a strike here from distance. What a save there by Dini Utara. That was quality again from the keeper of Fanatics. Ooh. And no call given there. Physical play inside the box. But the ball goes back to Fanatics.
We've seen football Fanatics and Super Eagles throw a number of long balls to try to unlock each other's defense.
Another try here from the Fanatics from the wings. Good layoff there. Tried to do a 1-2, but impatient play there. Struck the ball all the way up to the parking space. Number 25, David Kawame. Now, just a little less than 10 minutes left of action here in regulation. So, a strike here, hits the post. Another glorious save mula kay Wataria. Dini Wataria has been splendid so far for Fanatics.
You see Godwin there also getting denied on the follow-up.
Another wasted chance para sa Super Eagles. Claro, let's with just about 9 minutes and change left in the second half with a tied score, what will happen in the game?
So what's gonna happen is we're gonna go to extra time first. We're gonna have a golden goal. That'll be for around 5 minutes. And should we still be level after that, we will proceed to a penalty shootout. And just to remind everybody, the penalty shootout we have here is more of like what they used to do in the MLS or what they do in hockey.
So only one penalty taker will be on the job for each squad to settle the tied score. Should the game go past the 5-minute extra time. And Super Eagles are just still very calm in the build-up of their plays.
You see that Super Eagles certainly have an experienced roster. Given their...
And Utara is really smartly taking his time, as they know that he is sort of on a disadvantage here, but a good ball in the middle there. Cleared well by the defense. Like you mentioned, there are no offsides in sevens football, so a lone striker can hang out beside the opposing goalkeeper as much as he wants to, but all hands on deck is required really on these matches.
Both squads have been doing really well to make sure that opposing forwards wouldn't be able to get easy scoring opportunities.
And here comes Football Fanatics from the danger area. strike hits the wall. Now try to reset from the end, but not enough space there. Ball in the middle, but none for Football Fanatics. And a strike. Dangerous strike there, redirected by the defense. Good job from number 25, David Kuwame, in blocking that shot.
Now, just remember, the Super Eagles are actually undefeated in 6 games. So, will their streak live on, or will they take their first loss of the season at the expense of the 9th-ranked Football Fanatics?
Oh, and that is a foul for the Super Eagles. And it's just their 5th foul for the Super Eagles. And the next one would be a penalty, but just 2 minutes left in this match. Should the result stand, we will go to extra time, and still we will maintain that rule of the 6 fouls. Ibrahim with a clearance. A good ball inside the front, but he slipped. Super golden chance from the Super Eagles. Anene Olisa almost had that winner. And about 90 seconds left and change.
So Football Fanatics there respond to the long ball of the Super Eagles. And they're still holding on until now.
And now just Fanatics holding on, waiting for that extra time. They're still trying to challenge here. Both teams will not risk any of it. And Super Eagles now, oh, physicality going on here. And both teams are still within the foul limit. Here comes Giboko. No foul given by the referee.
He says play on.
Waved off. Good play there from the Super Eagles. Here's a change there for not only Oko does the header, but foul throw. Sometimes you just forget on the basics, especially how tight this game is.
It really happens indeed.
And just a few seconds left in this match.
We are moments away from heading to extra time, actually, should this hold.
Last chance here, but the referee could not wait anymore, and we will go to settle this game. Still, both teams are still tied at 1-1. And we'll come back for the continuing coverage of the Film Life 7s. And please stay tuned here on 5+. And this is golden goal in extra time. 5 minutes of added action here in the match between Football Fanatics and the Super Eagles. Football Fanatics are desperate to get a win here because they are in the 9th spot, while the Super Eagles are on top spot. So first goal wins the game.
We have to remember, here in the 7th Football League, we need to have a winner every game.
Oh, and they hit the post there, almost, and there we go. What a goal from number 9, Eberi Ozochukwu. It didn't last long, Taro. Only took 2 minutes to settle this game, and the Super Eagles are still undefeated in the Film Life 7s Football League.
Make that 7 wins now in as many games for the Super Eagles. They cement top spot right now after or in match day number 7.
And what an eventful match this has been for both squads and football fanatics. Just a shame they didn't make the best out of this result, but all praises to them. They did very well in this match.
They really held on really well with their defense. Unfortunately for them, they just ran out of steam in the end there.
And in the end, it's the Super Eagles winning 2-1. And we'll come back for more action of the Film Life Service Football League here on 5+.